Hello, everybody. Before we move to the latest products and updates to RMS, I would like just to speak about myself a bit. I'm almost for 4 years within the company. My name is Tadas. Please, join me on LinkedIn. I am active, very proactive there, so you can ask questions. Whatever questions you can ask about the products, I will reply to you. And I would like to remind for you who we are. So Teltonika Networks is a rapidly growing technology company manufacturing professional networking connectivity equipment for international markets. Through a long-term experience and research and development of industrial network devices for IoT and M2M communication, we have developed a wide portfolio of products for the most complex areas of Industry 4.0, smart city, and green energy. We are originally based in Lithuania, in the heart of Europe, where we create and manufacture all of our products here, and from here, European Union, we ship all our devices. We are in full control of all product development stages. This way, we can make sure that we develop only the best quality products. Last year, we grew our local team by more than 45%. As part of Teltonika IoT Group, we have local offices in more than 18 locations across the globe. This helps us to be closer to our clients with local sales, stock, and support. And having this close connection is essential to enable close feedback loop that allows us to create better products for different maturity markets and adapt the way we work in different corners of the world. As a result, we have sales and partners in around 140 countries. As you can see from the map, we still have some work to do, but our goal, so to say, is to paint this whole map in blue. Of course, this would not be possible without significant investment in product certification, which is one of our key focus areas in order to increase market share globally. At the moment, we are one of the top 5 global providers of cellular connectivity routers and gateways for IoT and industrial IoT. But our ambitions don't stop just there. Our growth is the most important aspect in understanding Teltonika Networks. Over the last few years, we have fulfilled very ambitious growth targets, which resulted in 43 million euros revenue in 2020, with 45% growth pace. This would not be possible without an increased rate at which we grow our product portfolio as well. During the webinars and sales training, I usually get such question on this slide. Tadas, how you managed to reach such an impressive growth rate? Well, it took for us few years and for the customers to realize that our devices are secure, reliable, and feature-rich as other industrial cellular routers and gateways, which cost double or even triple than Teltonika Networks devices. A very important part of our business is having to rely on no external partners when manufacturing is concerned. Like all Teltonika IoT Group products, our devices are made in a modern manufacturing facility in Lithuania, which have moved into a brand new facility in 2020. With strict process and state-of-art equipment, we are able to ensure highest quality production. A lot of manufacturing is automated too, reducing impact of a human error. One thing that truly sets us apart from competition is 4-stage testing process, during which we test each device which leaves our factory. And our failure rate is only 0.1%. Let's now move on to our product portfolio, which consists of remote management system, RMS, cellular and non-cellular routers, and switches. I will highlight in detail later on in the webinar about the product, about the hardware, but let's start from our own remote management system, RMS. As we are developing our devices day to day, we are improving our own IoT platform too. We are adding more features, it is becoming faster, and of course, you have to be up to date with cybersecurity. RMS allows you to be in control of your connected solution. It is a software solution developed by Teltonika Networks engineers and hosted on Amazon Web Services. RMS consists of three main parts. RMS management gives you full control over your fleet of Teltonika Networks routers and gateways, ensuring their security and availability. Newly added functionality to RMS are Connect and API. RMS Connect allows you to reach and control other smart devices remotely. RMS API helps you to take what you need from RMS and implement it into the IoT platform of your choice. So maybe having one device connected and maintained would not consume a lot of your time. But let's imagine if you have 1,000 devices, which you need to reconfigure every month or every week. That's why we created a remote management system, RMS, which gives you the possibility to fully control the system by reaching not only Teltonika Networks routers, but other devices as well. Being in control with the system by the getting alerts and reports which can be easily generated by RMS. Furthermore, remote management systems do not require public IP, which leads to the fact that it really saves time and money and is a cost-effective, valuable solution for every business, and of course is a highly secure platform too. So let's speak about those three key features. RMS management gives you full control over your fleet of Teltonika Networks routers, ensuring their security and availability. To understand the value RMS can bring to your solution, we can take an example. Let's say you have 2,000 routers essential for your normal business operation. Password management and firmware updates are really essential for those security of your solution. Without RMS, you would have to change passwords for your devices and update their firmware one by one. Considering the amount of the devices, this could take your system administrators weeks or couple weeks. But with remote management system, you can change passwords and upgrade firmwares of 2,000 devices with no special training within just minutes, just few clicks of the button. Speaking about RMS Connect, this service can be explained into 6 types of access. The first one is HTTP and HTTPS. This function allows you to reach web user interface of any smart device connected to our router. For this connectivity option, you don't need, yet again, a reminder, no public IP or any other VPN software. Furthermore, it is very simple to set up. You just need the port, IP address, and that's it. Another part of RMS Connect service is SSH and Telnet. It works very similar as HTTP and HTTPS. It's just designed to grant you command line interface access via SSH tunnels. So you can make a remote connection to other devices behind the router to their command line interface. With this, again, you don't need no public IP, and it is super easy to set up. As you can see, the only difference between HTTP and SSH is what you reach, CLI or Web UI. With the help of SFTP, you are able easily and conveniently share your files to specific equipment. And now you are able to connect to the phones and tablets via remote management system. We support both Android and Mac operational systems. Just at the moment, you cannot control smart phone devices or tablets, but you are able to see the same screen what a user is seeing, and it's very helpful in point of sales use case. As to explain everything over the voice call, it's just too difficult. And finally, RMS Desktop gives you access to Windows, Linux, and Apple machines or computers. But about it, let's speak in another slide in more depth. So any product that has Windows or Linux or Apple operating system installed can be remotely connected with the help of one router and RMS. With this functionality, you can reach all machines in the same network where our router is connected. For example, if there is an office with switches, routers, gateways, computers, laptops, etc., then there must be one of our products connected to at least one of them, and RMS, of course. And then you will be able to connect to all the devices in that particular network. So what do you need? Router, Teltonika Networks router, RMS. Then you must know the IP address of that end device. Furthermore, a port and a protocol, which can be RDP or VNC. And that's pretty much it. Few minutes of configuration and you're ready to go. So with the help of our device and remote management system, you are able to access different businesses and industrial machines in very different applications without even VPN or public IP. As we are working with thousands of customers, they have been asking to provide API as they are utilizing different IoT platforms or their own created one. But still they need to get the data which is collected by RMS. So that's why we released RMS API. So API is application programming interface needed to get information from one software system to another one. In this video, you can see IoT platform of your client on the left as a customer in a restaurant, while RMS on the right. So a customer orders food from menu, waitress confirms the order and goes to the kitchen. Then she takes the order and takes back it to IoT platform on the left. And of course, security. Security now is very high priority, and I think for years to come, the security will be still on the top level of features. So security is a priority for Teltonika Networks product development team, and our remote management system is no exception. RMS is cloud-based platform, as I explained, which is located on AWS servers, which communicates with our products based on MQTT protocol. Our focus is security with ease of use interface, which allows our partners to do all the work easy and secure. We have created two-level authentication system, which provides the highest security standards. From the simplest by creating a password to email verification and to ID biometrics. And remember that with every single our router, there is a 30 days free of charge testing period for remote management system. So you could check all capabilities which I just presented to you of RMS and see by yourself how much value it could bring to you and to your customers. And of course, about the pricing of RMS, contact your sales reps at Strictly. And now let's move on to the hardware routers. Our bestseller Route 240, which plays a significant role because it's the best-selling device by far. 4G LTE Cat4 Route 240 is equipped with 2 Ethernet ports and 1 SIM card. Also, it supports Wi-Fi. Our Wi-Fi is enriched with multiple features, such as it can act as an access point mode and station mode at the same time. Very small, reliable, secure 4G LTE router is more than enough in various solutions. Then we have Route 950 industrial cellular router with 2 SIM cards, 4 Ethernet ports, and of course Wi-Fi. Route 950 comes into play when dual SIM functionality is needed and more Ethernet ports are required. It's also 4G LTE Cat4 device. Then we have second best-selling industrial Route 955 cellular 4G router, which is more orientated into industrial applications than Route 950 because it has serial ports included and inputs and output as well with micro SD and USB interfaces. Furthermore, it has GPS and it is very, very popular with our public bus integrators who are offering solutions such as passenger encountering, digital advertising, public bus Wi-Fi, payment terminals. In addition to 4G routers, we have started expanding our non-mobile router range. Root X10 has the same root OS operating system as other of our networking equipment, but comes without cellular modem. They offer our partners the hardware reliability and resilience with combination of the software they love at a lower cost, perfect for industrial and enterprise networking tasks. So when you need more speed, more options, industrial Root X11 router with dual SIM functionality with auto-failover, backup WAN, and other switching scenarios. 4 gigabit Ethernet ports and 4G LTE Cat6 module. Root X11 plays a significant role in our rapidly growing sales. Carrier aggregation functionality allows you to enjoy stable connection and receive better speeds even in rural areas. With industrial design, this router can be implemented in harsh environments and can withstand temperatures from -40 to +75 degrees Celsius. Dual Wi-Fi allows you to separate private and public Wi-Fi and at the same time enjoy faster connection. And of course, it can act as an access point to receive and transmit data. If you require to connect old equipment, for example, via serial ports, then you can easily achieve it with this router too, with USB to serial functionality. Bluetooth connection allows you to connect up to 200 Bluetooth low energy sensors and beacons to a single router. Moreover, this device is capable to work on 3 main operators, Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile, so you could enjoy redundancy anywhere in the country. And later on, I will show you some use cases about all our routers. So when you purchase our standard products, you will get all the antennas, Bluetooth, GNSS, mobile and Wi-Fi antennas, power supply unit, Ethernet cable, and of course, quick start guide. So everything you get is inside the box, ready to use straight away out of the box. As we have been producing industrial cellular routers for more than 14 years, we saw a possibility for our partners to offer reliable switch devices too. Last year, we introduced our first industrial unmanaged switch, TSW100, in rocked aluminum housing with industrial mounting options. 5 gigabit Ethernet port switch with 4 ports with PoE+, and this device can provide up to 30 watts of power per port to other devices. TSW110 is a small layer 2 unmanaged industrial switch with 5 gigabit Ethernet ports, rocked aluminum housing with various industrial mounting options. And as all our routers and switches, it is able to withstand harsh vibrating surfaces and is capable to work in hot and cold places. We understand that in projects and for different customers, you require additional equipment. At StreakWave, you are able to find all necessary accessories for Teltonika network devices, from PSU, DIN rails, to roof MIMO antennas. So don't worry, StreakWave has you covered. So moving on to use cases part, I would like to highlight that at Teltonika Networks, we internally know that there are more than 300 different usage scenarios for our devices, and each week we get more new use cases scenarios. So I encourage you to follow us on LinkedIn, on Twitter, to see the newest topologies, the newest pictures from the use case scenarios. So you could have, a thought, maybe you could offer the same devices for the same solution in your country too. Our partners globally have plenty business with companies which produce or integrate digital screens, because they need to have their own independent connection to their solution. As Route 240 is very small and can fit in very small places, it is one of the reasons it is selected. Then the router is connected to the media player, where content is saved and shared from. As I mentioned just a couple minutes ago, our routers can act as an access point. It can save a lot of cost when the screens are installed, for example, in the malls or shops. The main reason why integrators of digital signage are using IoT device is for very fast and very easy installation and maintenance of all their fleet of screens. And they are able to control everything remotely. And I hope you are filling out, the Q&A section with all your questions. I really hope so. I would be able to answer all of your questions. And the next use case is about remote management system and the capabilities of it. As I have just explained earlier about RMS, remote management system of Teltonika Networks, it enables to access and control non-Teltonika Networks devices via RDP, VNS, or SSH, Telnet, or HTTPS protocols without any additional software. And it does not require even public IP, as I mentioned, or third-party VPN service. Moreover, our API provides the possibility to carry endless remote management system functionalities into your in-house IoT platform, in case you would rather stick to your familiar interface. As shown in the topology, RMS now functions as a unified software system for the whole network ecosystem. It doesn't matter if it's wired or wireless connectivity, our routers and switches provide the internet access to the whole solution. Construction companies usually just don't know where the next construction site will be, right? Therefore, they need to easily and fast change their location. As internet connectivity is a must nowadays, they have to have a mobile routers installed, which can provide stable internet connectivity anywhere in the country. Moreover, a construction site theft is a low-risk, high-opportunity activity for thieves, which can have a severe impact on operational costs with estimated annual value of stolen construction items. So IT coin or ID box sensors could be used for inventory. CCTV cameras is widely used, of course, to deter criminal activity and thefts, help recover lost equipment. Therefore, Root X11 industrial router is the ideal device. One mobile operator can be as main and switch automatically to the secondary one when the connection is really low in a particular area. Capabilities of Bluetooth connection allow companies to monitor their equipment and prevent thefts, as well as it can help to monitor when workers come and leave the construction site with the help of Slim ID beacons and CCTV cameras. All our routers are capable to withstand harsh environments, as I mentioned, and are capable to keep working when there's plus 40 or minus 40 or plus 75 degrees of Celsius. Data is very important. I think in the world, information or data is the most expensive resource. Won't you agree? During last years, our partner who is manufacturing boring and milling equipment saw this too. Our device allowed them to receive and analyze data on how specific customer is utilizing their equipment. It gave them a possibility to check if the customer is doing necessary maintenance that is required by the warranty terms. And the necessity to provide support in real time and quality one, of course, without a voice call was the key. So they have decided to implement cellular router Route 240 in their equipment. They have customers in a lot of countries in South Africa, and North and South America, and Australia. It doesn't matter. And they are able to support them locally, and the necessity to support them locally would be a nightmare without IoT solutions, right? So Route 240 industrial 4G LTE router with Wi-Fi design as a main or a backup internet source. Wi-Fi connection allows controlling the machine using a phone, tablet, or computer. But the main thing is this solution is the possibility to connect remotely using a VPN connection established by our router and the equipment provider server. All data is encrypted and travels via Sophos SSL VPN client. They chose Teltonika Networks as their single vendor for networking equipment, as Route 240 has a global certification too. So it is working in the most of the countries. Another use case appeared just recently. One of our clients has recently been affected by the challenge how easily to monitor health of the patients at their home. The initial process seemed quite uncomplicated, right? A user would receive an armband collecting data on various health metrics. The information then would be sent to the cloud and processed to view results via a custom app for the users and system operators. However, the practice has shown that the process had hiccups. Some of the clients appear to not have a fast and stable internet connection. The application do not always work well with their routers, and the setting up procedure was just too complicated for the elderly or not as tech-savvy users. Working together with our client, we developed a simpler and more reliable solution. Having the profile of a target user and the needs of our client in mind, it has been decided that most of the issues would be avoided by sending out a packet product, an armband that is already connected to our Teltonika Network Route X11 router via Bluetooth. And if still there are some issues occur, support can connect remotely and very easily and fix anything with the help of remote management system I explained to you a bit earlier on this webinar. So Route X11 offers high security protocols as well, VPN firewall access control to protect the data of a sensitive nature, and dual SIM capabilities offers redundancy. During the pandemic, we saw a lot of articles about cyber attacks on hospitals. Now, a new wave was, hacking again, hitting the healthcare system with all that vaccines when they roll out. Therefore, they need to have a secure, reliable cellular router for backup connectivity. The separate cellular network can be established with strict security settings in place and be used exclusively for medical device communication. As cellular routers provide internet connectivity provided by the mobile operator, it can be arranged that operator would prioritize hospital traffic with specific APN values if necessary. Moreover, remote management system allows IT companies to save a lot of cost because with the help of just one Route X11 router and remote management system, they could reach smart devices behind the router. So if any problems occur, they can switch it to remotely without public IP and solve the issue just in a couple of minutes. Moving on to let's say the last use case I wanted to show to you today, which consists of various computers and communication equipment in a command support unit vehicle of the Red Cross organization. I hope everybody knows Red Cross organization. So this control unit acts as a command and control point at large and major incidents. Its communication systems include telephone and fax machine as well as radio system to be used exclusively at the site of the incident. It is a full mobile office for the mission leader and his supporting staff. This vehicle is also equipped with 6 kV power generators and USB battery system that can work more than 12 hours without any external power supply. Therefore, cellular technology plays a pivotal role in assuring mission-critical connectivity. Teltonika Networks device Route X11 had, of course, to withstand rigorous tests before it was installed into this unit vehicle designed for the most challenging task. Not one, but 2 Route X11, as you can see in the topology, for GLT Cat6 routers are used and interconnected to be able to switch between 4 mobile operators. In this solution, the cellular routers are vital by providing cellular and reliable communication to the headquarters of the mission control. They provide connectivity to these onboard systems and devices in the vehicle as voice over IP, CCTV cameras, drone connectivity, critical map server. Personally, I was involved with communication onto this project, and I really wanted to see the real photos of the installation. So I asked a lot of times, to send these photos to me. Usually they are not so keen to share, such photos, but I was lucky that time. And this is what I have received. German precision on installation, right? I hope you are able to see our 2 cellular router almost in the center of this picture, which are interconnected as I showed you and explained in the topology. Overall, our device range can fulfill any primary or backup connectivity use case within these 6 market segments. In fact, together with our partners, we have developed more than 70 use cases that can be already found on our webpage. And now, I'm moving on to the end of this webinar. Just to finalize the discussion, I must highlight that our product philosophy, which is to offer all of for you devices that are reliable, secure, and easy to use. Our products are engineered and manufactured with a goal to achieve the best reliability possible. This is heavily validated with testing before our products leave the factory. Security risk tests are performed constantly on all Teltonika network devices, and all our products are being periodically updated to eliminate any breaches in order to assure highest level of the security. Teltonika Networks devices are highly professional, however, they are very easy to use. Ability to offer products which do not require any special training is one of our key strengths. So thank you for your all attention, and I mentioned to encourage you to hit a subscribe button, on Twitter, but please in mind check, Teltonika Networks, as we have, IoT group, so we have different companies. So hit a subscribe button on Twitter, on LinkedIn, whenever it's more convenient to you. So Angela, maybe you have some questions from our attendees?
Yes, I do. Thank you, Tadas. So here's our first question. They wrote, the 240 has a version that is World for LTE. They have not seen this version for the new Cat 6 model LTE devices. Is there a time frame for this?
So basically, I didn't hear you very clearly, but you mentioned that they would love to see the Cat 6 module inside the Route 240, right?
Yes.
Well, we have such device, but it's at the moment not for the North America market. We have Route 360 device, in global operations in European Union, for example. But if you have, a project, please contact Strickwave and say that it would be benefit, to have a certificate for North America. Then we consider, to have, another devices to be certified for North America. But I should highlight that they can choose right now on stock Route X11, a perfect device, with Cat 6 capabilities right away on the stock from Strickwave.
Perfect, thank you. There's another question here. This is going back to the beginning of your presentation that you had talked about control and production. Do you know if you're having any issues with availability of chipsets?
Well, of course, this global situation, didn't leave the Teltonika Networks apart from the global impact of the whole global situation. We are the part of the global market itself, and of course, it touched us, quite, I should say, very fairly, because still we are producing high volumes, and let's say all other manufacturers already increased the prices and we are just waiting for the last minute. We are still waiting, counting all the euros, all the dollars. So we are not willing to increase those pricing, those global on those global situations. So but we still we're touched by this global situation, so we I should say very effectively adapted. But we have a lot of as you can see, devices already on stock at StrickWave, and they are working closely with our key account managers to fill the stock all the time for the StrickWave, right?
Great, thank you. So this goes to the next question here. What is the typical lead time and availability of your products?
Well, Agnes, you can tell because I'm working from the headquarters, and so Agnes is the head for North America sensor development. So Agnes, could you jump into this webinar and answer to this question?
Thank you for introduction, Tadas. Firstly, thank you for the interview, for all the presentation. It was an amazing one. And to answer to the question, as Tadas mentioned earlier about the chip shortage issues globally, which all manufacturing companies has, Teltonika and StrickWave working closely to keep active stock with the StrickWave. So if there is a bigger opportunity, then you need to reach StrickWave team, and we will let you know for the specific amount of the devices what would be the lead times. But as you could see from the StrickWave website, they have hundreds of the devices ready to ship, and we are making sure that we are cutting the lead times, and you are getting the devices ASAP from StrickWave to you, and to win projects to supply to your end partners and clients.
Great, thank you. I hope that answered that question. There is another question here. They're asking, what is the expected lifetime of these devices?
Oh, well, it's a very good question, and I heard a lot of good stories around from our R&D, from our, let's say, first engineers who developed the devices. So to answer it shortly, lifetime expectancy is 5 years. But I have a small story, just a couple of minutes. One of our customers, one of our first, let's say, customers who purchased our first devices back more than 10 years ago, are still utilizing our Teltonika Networks devices. So you can understand that our focus is to make very, very reliable devices that could work at least 5 years. But as we see from the practice, it's already been working for more than 10 years on some projects. So here's the answer to that question.
Perfect.
Is there any more questions, Angela?
There is one more here. They're asking, how do you handle your RMAs?
Agnes, can you reply to this question?
Yeah, as well, it's a very good question. So regarding the RMA procedures, you should reach StrickWave point of contact, and then we will reach StrickWave team to solve RMA problems ASAP. So if you have any RMA right now, you could reach StrickWave team, and they will probably introduce after that with Teltonika team to help you and to solve the problem.
Perfect, thank you. I think that's pretty much all the questions that I see here. Of course, if there are any questions after the presentation, please don't hesitate to reach out to your StrickWave representative or reach out to Teltonika directly. Other than that, I think we can wrap this up, and I want to thank everyone for attending, and Tadas and Agnes for hosting the presentation. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you for having us, Angela.
Yeah, thanks. Bye-bye.